odd feeling. So either my uterus is falling out or something is amiss.
I see the crystal raindrops fall.
Good morning, Fertility fam. Today is Sunday, March 11th, and it's the day after we did the live feed. Not a lot going on, but I did want to show you guys the updates. I feel like I'm in a good place with the apartment, and it's coming along. I'm not going to say finished. I have little things that I want to do. But before I show you the apartment, it is, so if it's March 11th, that means I'm 10 DPO. And I just had a crazy symptom, and I'm not sure if that means I'm coming down with a cold or not. One, my throat feels a little tight, but I also had this very powerful sneeze, and everything like below my chest contracted like I was going into labor, like when I delivered Cheyenne. It was a crazy, powerful, odd feeling. So either my uterus is falling out or something is amiss. Hopefully my uterus is not falling out. All right, so let's take a look around the apartment. So that's the tour. It's coming along nicely. I don't feel like I'm having any other symptoms than my uterus falling out, but I don't know that that's related to my being 10 DPO. So we'll see. I'm gonna go for a walk just because I was in the house all day yesterday prepping for the live video, and then we talked for an hour, which was nice. Thank you guys, all of you who joined. It was nice to chat with you guys, and if you didn't join, hopefully you'll check it out online. It's a long video, it's an hour, but I did want to, you know, answer questions and talk while people were there and had questions, and so that's why it's a little long. But it was good. It's always, it's nice to talk to you guys live. That was my second time. I think I will do it once a month. I'm not promising. That's what's going on in Team Too Much's brain this morning. So we will see. Yeah, so I hope you guys are doing well this Sunday, and it's kind of chill. I'll be back on here a little later on. Hey, what's up, Fertility fam? All right, so the good news is my uterus did not fall out. Just kidding, I didn't really think it was. How are you guys doing? So I wanted to chat with you really quickly while I do my vitamins. Yesterday was cool. The live chat, thank you for everybody who joined. I had a good time talking to you. It brought up a couple of things. I went back to look through my videos, and I realized there isn't a very detailed video on omega-3 and omega-6. I feel like I touched on them in a couple of videos, but I will go back now and do a full video on omega-3 and omega-6 and like what, why the balance matters and how we kind of got off of being properly balanced with our very industrialized diets and how that impacts our fertility. And then I think one of the other things I kind of touched on in the chat was how our stress levels impact our fertility, which we all kind of know about it, you know, anecdotally. But I think the core part of the conversation, which I'll expand on in another video, is that our bodies are built for survival, right? So if we're worried about like our day-to-day survival, the body kind of goes, oh, not a good time to be pregnant. And so when there's high stress, the body's figuring out like you need to focus on like food and eating and sleeping. So you don't have time to make a baby because you have to survive. And so it's sort of a bit of a preservation. So I'll go into a video to talk a little bit more about that. But I did enjoy talking to you ladies, and I had a good time. Hopefully you had a good time. It went really long, but I think it was all productive, so it was okay. I wanted to touch base. I am 9 DPO today. I'm not having any symptoms. Well, actually, I take that back. So I'm having the crazy uterine cramping pain. Like I told you earlier, when I sneezed, it felt like my uterus was about to fall out. It's been cramping all day. I've done warm drinks. I just had a little bit of Thai food with soup. It's not relaxing itself. So I don't know, like, is that implantation? Am I imagining it? But it's so unusual. I think I might do a test in the morning, like a HPT. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel in the morning. I'm curious. And then I was like, well, don't do it tonight. Like, do it with FMU, first morning urine, so you at least have a good shot of a reading. But something definitely feels different. That's the only thing, though. I don't have, like, sore boobs or my face isn't breaking out. It's actually cleared up pretty nicely from ovulation or pre-ovulation. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's a symptom or not, or a mental wish of a symptom. Yeah. It's always tricky with the 2-week wait, and it's early yet in the 2-week wait, so it's not like I don't know. I finally checked the mail today, even though it's Sunday. I didn't check it yesterday. I didn't leave the house yesterday. And I got my mammogram results back, and they are thumbs up, so that's good. And then tomorrow I go in back to my GP to get my blood work back from the vitamin, so I have that in the afternoon. So hopefully this will be my last time putting this many vitamins together, because she'll come back and say, like, DHA is good and vitamin E or whatever else. I think folate I have to continue, but, like, that's in the prenatal, so I'll have that no matter what. And so there are some things I have to continue, but I don't think I need to take this many all the time. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping anyway. That one's empty. But obviously there are certain things like prenatal that you take throughout your pregnancy. Oh, someone had posted, have I tried like a Fairhaven fertility aid, I think, or fertile aid. So I did go to the website, I checked it out, I looked at it. Basically the ingredients that are in the fertile aid, I hope I'm saying that right, I'm already taking those. The only thing that, there's like one ingredient now, I don't remember, that I don't have, but like it has the Vitex or the chasteberry, and a lot of the other stuff, vitamin E, but so it doesn't really make sense for me to take that one. It's just sort of like a pre-mixed version of it, and it's more kind of a everything pill for you. It's like you don't get to control how many milligrams you have. So some of these, like I think I mentioned in another video, I do like I increased the amounts that I was taking based on how I was responding and what my goal was, and so that one is kind of like a one for all. So it may work for some ladies. It obviously is less expensive than doing this, but it's not, I'm not going to try it right now. I'm getting everything that I need and the same things that are in that fertile aid. But I did check out their website. They have a lot of great stuff. They've got like castor oil packs and some other stuff. So definitely an option for ladies who are looking for some fertility-friendly solutions. So I would recommend it for that purpose. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be diligent about taking my supplements this week. I mentioned earlier that I hadn't been, but I gotta commit. If I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it all the way, and not kind of be like half in, half out. So I'm gonna double down on it and make it happen. I won't keep you guys while I do this whole thing, but I do want to read the Ovia pregnancy update. I said I would take a look at those during this 2-week wait. So let's see what the app says about the baby. Ovia pregnancy. So it would be 3 weeks and 3 days. It's the same picture it's showing me, except, oh, no. It's the same picture of the poppy seed, but then it's showing the little blastocyst, and it looks like, yeah, there we go, implantation. Nice and cozy, your favorite fertilized egg, because there are other eggs, I guess, that are fertilized that are not my favorite, is implanting in your womb, which may result in the first early signs of pregnancy. Read on for more development of this week. So see, can you guys see that? That part is the egg, and there's the lining that it's implanting into. And then it says read more. So, little man is now implanted in your uterine lining where he will grow for the next 37 weeks. Because the blastocyst has been growing and multiplying, and part of it is turning into the placenta, which helps produce the hormones little man is going to need, you're also beginning to produce HCG. And we know HCG is what we're looking for on that pregnancy test. So, yeah, that's when, so it's the blastocyst, it breaks into, well, not breaks into two pieces, it divides. So one part's going to be the baby, the other part's going to be the placenta, which feeds the baby. HCG is a hormone that pregnancy tests detect that give you that positive result. So if you haven't been actively TTC, you might actually be reading this now. You might actually be reading this right now. I think they mean if you haven't been, you won't be reading it. But anyway, how is little man? You wouldn't know it, but you sure got a bun cooking in your oven. And my, how it has grown. Over the past couple weeks, your itsy bitsy ball of cells has been undergoing lots of changes and now has two distinct layers, the epiblast and hypoblast. All organs and body parts will develop from these two layers. The amniotic fluid that's going to be little man's home for the next 9 months is already starting to gather. In fact, at this point, it's growing faster than little man. Besides little man and little man's amniotic fluid's rapid growth, the third week is an exciting one for another reason. Your pregnancy might also finally be detectable by a store-bought test, which searches for the presence of HCG, or human chorionic gonadotropin. Gonadotropin. A pregnancy hormone released once the zygote is firmly implanted in the uterine wall. So it's a zygote now, not a blastocyst. I said blastocyst. It's advanced since then and turned into a zygote. You won't be able to tell until another 16 or 17 days go by, but little man is already a boy or a girl. And he already has, or 16 or 17 weeks. I was like, really? 16 or 17 weeks. And he already has a genetically predetermined hair and eye color. How's mom? Although you probably do not know that you're pregnant, you might experience your first symptoms of early pregnancy this week. Bloating, cramping, and mood swings are all very common symptoms of pregnancy at this stage, in addition to the possible spotting caused by your little ball of cells settling into its home for the next 9 months. So I don't have any of that. Bloating. I have the cramping, but again, it's like uterus contraction feeling. No mood swings. I've been in a great mood, I think. How have I been doing, Shy? A little snippy? No. Cheyenne is a little snarky, so I'm a little snarky, but anyway. Okay. These symptoms are mainly results of an increase in the production of the hormones estrogen and progesterone, and I'm taking extra progesterone. So I'm switching, speaking of which, to endometrine now, these little guys, and they come in a pack of like this, so it's 3 times a day. And they have like a little insert that you put in there. They're vaginal inserts. So taking that, so you would think that that would give me more symptoms, right? But no, not this round. So, okay, the cramping especially if it comes with spotting is probably happening because little man is implanting himself into your uterine wall. You might also notice some white vaginal discharge as the walls of your uterus thicken. However, these symptoms are also easily confused for PMS symptoms or vice versa. So again, the progesterone, the inserts are making that white vaginal discharge as well. So could be a symptom, could not be a symptom. If you feel like the magic may be happening inside, now might be the time to take a pregnancy test, as your HCG levels may be significant enough to register a positive result. If it reads negative, don't give up hope. It can take up to a week after your expected period to display those 2 pink lines. If you haven't already, you should start taking prenatal, vitamins with a folic acid content of at least 600 milligrams a day, as well as healthy intake of calcium, which will also go a ways towards preventing osteoporosis later in life. So yeah, so I think I am going to test tomorrow because I don't know what's up with all these contractions. So that's kind of the update there. And then let's see what else does it say. Baby's development, baby's neural tube, the basis of the brain and spinal cord is forming. So at 3 weeks, which is really like a week, right? A week since conception, but 3 weeks gestational. So I think that's it. Yesterday, because I don't think I did an update, I'll read that to you. The amniotic sac, which is the pocket of fluid that little man will grow in, is currently developing. Oh, it's cute. They give you a little implantation thing. So yesterday they're saying, here's an ovation for implantation 7 through 10 days after the magic happened. And the magic is the IUI that I paid for. Your baby moved his way into your womb, signing a rent-free 9-month lease. Did you feel anything? So was that why it felt like my uterus was falling out when I sneezed? Anyway, I'll show you that picture. I think that's cute, isn't it, with the little implantation? So yeah, that's what the Ovia app has to say. I like the information in the app. I don't feel that it's as inclusive as it could be. It's saying things like when the magic happened, but again, there are people who are not having sex or not baby dancing. That may not, it may not be, there was nothing magical about my experience, let me say that. When I went to the doctor's office and put on a paper sheet across my legs and put my legs up in a stirrup. It was magical in my mind because I was hopeful that a baby was coming, but it wasn't magical in any other, like, romantic sense. So, yeah. The other thing, too, the other Ovia app that I have that does, like, fertility tracking, it also is not very inclusive. So it says things, first of all, it doesn't include anything for ART, right? Assisted reproductive technology, baby making. So it always assumes that you're having sex. So it puts that in there because I put in there one day, on my insemination day, I marked it on there, and it feeds to other apps, like through my Apple Watch. And so I was looking at, like, reproductive health, and then it popped up, and it was like, you had sex on this day. And I was like, what? I think I would remember that. And so, no, I didn't. What it was is it fed it from that app. It interpreted it as sex and reported it to another app that I had sex on that day, and then it displayed that way. So I just think if it were targeted on being more inclusive, it would have, like, insemination day, or it would say, are you doing IVF or IUI, like Fertility Friend does, right? I love that Fertility Friend is inclusive in that way. I just don't like the user experience of it. It looks like an app that was designed in 2000. It just doesn't have, like, So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I use both of them. There was at one point in my life where I had like 6 different apps because I wasn't sure when I first started TTC, like which ones I like, which features I like what functionality. So I'm down to those 2, the Ovia and Fertility Friend. And I like the graphing on Fertility Friend. It's better than the one on Ovia. That they got right as far as UX because it looks like what the paper graph looks like. The other stuff, not so pretty. And actually, let me just, because I'm talking about it, in case you don't know what Fertility Friend looks like. And it's cool because there's a whole Fertility Friend community, so you can kind of go on there and chat. If you get the upgraded one, you can compare your chart to other charts, like how many other women got pregnant with the same temperature. So here is what Fertility Friend looks like. Let's see. It just is very old school. Kicking it old school. And then I'll show you a chart. I'll show you one of my older charts because I've not been taking my temperature. It was causing a lot of anxiety for me, quite honestly, to wake up and take it every morning, so I have stopped. And I was thinking about getting that Ava bracelet. It's like $200 though, so I don't know. We'll see. But here, I'll come around there. Here is what the app. So this part I like about Fertility Friend because this pretty much looks like if you're charting what you would expect. That line is ovulation, and then after the line is when your temperature should spike, and then it's going to drop when your period is coming, which is on that side, right there. And then like all the other details down here. I think Fertility Friend is really cool. And again, you have the chat rooms where you can go in and talk to people, the forums, which I like. I just don't like this part of it where it looks like a calendar. Anyway, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And it doesn't have the baby updates. I don't think there is like a Fertility Friend for pregnancy. So the Ovia pregnancy one I definitely like, which is how I came to find it when I was pregnant before I had downloaded that app to kind of track like what's going on with the baby. So yeah, I like that there. I think that's it, guys. Crazy week and, moving on. So we'll keep tracking the symptoms, see if there's a BFP. If not, figuring out, well, no, we're not. We're going to be in the moment. We're going to test tomorrow, see what happens. If I'm not going to get upset if it's negative, I'll test again because it is very early to be testing. But this uterine cramping, it's got to be something. So we're going to take it one day at a time. We're not going to be team too much this time. We're going to take it one day at a time. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know how you're doing down in the comments. I know somebody had an IUI last weekend, the day after the live tape, which is today, but it'll be a week later when you see this. I would love to know how that went. And anything else exciting that's going on, let me know. All right, guys. Please give it a thumbs up. Remember to share and comment below. Baby dust to you all.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through.